Hey guys! Welcome back to a brand new tutorial. Today, I'm gonna be teaching you guys how to make your own pixel art. Now I know what you're thinking, Yuta, pixel art, but this is a picture of an eye. No, it's not. It's actually all little pieces, little cubes, little pixels inside the Fortnite map itself. So, let's just jump straight into it. Okay, now don't worry, it's not as complicated as it looks. Of course, there are really pro people like this guy NiteArt who actually made this eye. I'll put the link to his channel and the map code in the description below. But we're gonna make something a lot easier that looks really cool as well. We're gonna make, well, let's make a peely. Peely's always awesome, right? But before we do that, we first need to learn how exactly grid snap works and what exactly it means. Why? Because if the pixels don't perfectly align, it's gonna start overlapping and create a really weird effect. And it makes it a lot easier if we just work on perfect grid snap. So, the first thing we'll do is create a new island. And it's easiest to use the grid island. Why? Because, well, the grid island shows us exactly one tile, and it makes it a lot easier to align our blocks and to explain to you guys how exactly grid snap works. So, as I said, we're gonna be making this peely. Now, to do that, we're gonna use these cubes. These cubes, you might ask? Yep, they're from the cube gallery. So if you don't know where they are, just go to your galleries, type in cube, and here they are. Now, to work easily, we're just gonna grab the entire gallery and place it in our map. That way, we can just very easily see which colors and gradients and all of that we have to work with. Okay, on to grid snap. So, what exactly is grid snap? Well, one grid equals one tile. So if you place a wall, just a wooden wall, that's one grid. That's one grid tile. Now if we grab these little cubes from the cube gallery, you can see that we fit 4 of these right next to each other and they don't overlap at all. And that's exactly what grid snap is. So grid snap means if I put it to grid snap 4, that means that if I move my cursor just a little bit and it starts jumping, that means that it's 1/4 of a tile wide. If I put it to grid snap 32, that would mean that I have 32 little pieces fitting inside of one grid. Now here's the issue. These resizing, if I put them to the very smallest point, that doesn't mean that they perfectly fit. So now you can see there's a clear gap. Okay, let's change it to grid snap 32, the smallest. If I move my cursor 1 over, there's overlapping. You might think, okay, well that's okay, you don't see the overlapping. Well, you will once you pick different colors. As you can see right now, you will see that they start Z-glitching, it's called. So what do we need? We need it when we put on a grid snap and we move the cursor just a little bit, that it perfectly fits right next to each other. Okay, so let's move it to the corner here and see how exactly we can make this fit perfectly. So first step, 32 didn't work. 16, still overlapping. Okay, let's resize them a bit and see how that works. 16, still overlapping with 2, so let's change it to grid snap 8. Now if we paste it, you can see that they're very close. So one more resize and perfect fit. So if we test this out, if we make it to the very smallest point and then make it 2 times bigger, we have exactly grid snap 8, meaning 1/8 of a tile. Meaning we can put 8 of these little cubes right next to each other and they will never overlap. Not even if we pick a different cube that has a different color. And 8 next to each other makes up perfect one tile. Alright, awesome, we're almost ready to start building. Now, let's see, you can also make them with the big cube gallery. And that's actually really easy if you want to make something really big. Because these big cubes, without resizing them, are perfect one grid wide. But of course, using these big blocks is going to make it a lot more pixelated and a lot less realistic, which is why the eye I showed previously is made out of the smallest possible size. And that's exactly how pixels work in just any image. The more pixels that fit in the least amount of space means that the image is going to be higher quality because, well, we have more different colors, more different pixels fitting right next to each other, forming the big image. So how exactly are we gonna get our example? As you guys know, I always work with reference images. So that's what we're gonna do first. Let's look for a peely image we like. Now, I like this one that he's waving, but the legs got cut off, so we can't do that. This one, perfect. So what am I gonna do? I'm just gonna save this image, and now I'm just gonna Google for a website called Pixelize or Pixelate. There's a ton of examples, a ton of different websites. I just use this first one that pops up here. But you can use any website or application that allows you to pixelize an image. So I just drag my peely image right here, and now I need to change how many pixels I want to see. Now you need to find this golden balance in how many pixels exactly you need. Because if you make it too pixelized, then you're not going to be able to see the image anymore. This doesn't look like peely anymore. If we remove it a little bit, getting close, getting close. If we move it even more down, then generated and perfect. Well, almost. Let's see a little bit more. Yeah, this looks like something that would be perfect. Why? Because if we zoom in, we can actually perfectly see all the little different colors that we need, and we'll try to do this as close as possible in Fortnite as well. If we up the quality, we're gonna see less pixels, and we're now gonna be able to see the colors differently. Okay, let's get building. Last thing before we actually start is I suggest putting the time of day of your map to something daytime, because it makes it a lot easier to see all the colors. Now I'm just gonna grab the colors that I think kind of fit my image, just so that I can prepare them. Now you can always come back and just grab these, but I just like to already have my colors right there so that I can easily see all the differences and how I can represent them. Before I'm gonna start building, very last part is I'm gonna already prepare them in resizing. So grab the bottom one, resize it to the absolute minimum I can, and then up it twice. And I'm just gonna paste them right here and do the same for all of the other ones as well, so that I have them all on one row and can kind of see the gradient. So let's speed it up a little bit until we're done. And there we go. Okay, now we can clearly see all the colors I picked out, and we can start building. So let's grab our reference image and try to see what colors match. And that's pretty much it, guys. Now I'm just gonna pixel by pixel look at my image and try to make this in Fortnite by just placing them on Grid Snap 8 right next to each other. Now I'm gonna fast forward making the entire peely process, so if you want to stick around for that, then I really appreciate that. And if you actually made it this far into the video, then please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It actually helps a ton in making these videos do good, especially all the notification squad people. And yeah, that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a lot easier than it looks. As I said, all you need to do is find the right grid snap, pixelize your image, and start building. So I'll see you guys after building the entire peely, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys very soon. Peace! And there we go, our entire peely is done. Now let's just clean up our little blocks right here, and we're completely done. The further away I go, the more it forms one image. The closer you go, the more you can see the pixels. But for a first kind of fast attempt, it didn't turn out that bad. So thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys very soon.